When you hear Manchester United, you see red, you see the devil. But the biggest football empire in the world didn't start in red. It started in green and gold. In 1878, hidden in the thick, choking smoke of the Industrial Revolution, a group of railway workers formed a team, Newton Heath. They played on a miserable patch of mud next to the rail yard, while massive steam trains thundered past, covering them in ash. These weren't privileged athletes. They were men of iron and steam, swallowing coal dust for 14 hours a day, laying heavy steel tracks across a frozen, unforgiving Britain. They didn't have money, and they didn't play for millions. Saturday afternoon in the mud was their only sanctuary. They played with a ferocity forged in the furnace of the railway, a club born in the fire of industry, destined to become a global inferno. By 1902, the green and gold era was dying. The railway company cut ties. The club was drowning in debt. They were days away from bankruptcy, days away from extinction. But a local brewery owner stepped in and saved them from the abyss. With this resurrection came a total rebirth. The green and gold were abandoned forever. They needed a new name. Manchester United, and they draped themselves entirely in blood red. The red shirts brought a new aura. But the true psychological warfare came later. Legendary manager Sir Matt Busby was building a breathtaking young team. People called them the Busby Babes, but Busby hated that name. You don't strike terror into men by sounding like boys. He wanted his team to sound dangerous, unholy, like monsters. He heard about a ruthless local rugby team called the Red Devils. Busby stole the name and unleashed hell. He didn't just take the name, he made it permanent. Manchester United took the unprecedented step of stitching a literal demon onto their chest. While other clubs wore lions or saints, United wore a horned devil holding a pitchfork. It wasn't just a logo, it was a psychological weapon, a warning to the opposition. When you stood in the tunnel, looking at the blood-red shirts and the grinning devil, the battle was already lost. Look at the badge today. It tells the whole story. The golden ship at the top, the Manchester Ship Canal, a silent tribute to the soot-covered railway workers of 1878. The devil below, a promise of suffering for anyone who visits the theatre of dreams. It's no longer just a club from the rail yards. From the deafening noise of the iron forge to the roar of 70,000 fans. An empire ruled by the devil. A badge is never just a logo. It's a history written in blood and smoke. Step into the arena and listen to the first roar.